Hey everybody, good morning. It's Tuesday the 2nd, I think. I wanted to jump on here and give an update and let everybody know how we're doing with this one. I tried to get Roadie in the shot, but she's being super lazy. We had breakfast about an hour ago and now we're on nap mode pretty strongly. This is a healthy-ish dog, I promise, but she is certainly not up for it for being in the video. She has been fighting it as much as she can. But she's in good shape to fight because we're able to be in this good of shape where she can be relaxed because we're on, if you read the story, we're on just like a permanent round of steroids that are just keeping inflammation down in her neck. Problem area right about here, I guess, somewhere in there, buried in her spine. She's got a lot of pressure on her spinal cord. So being able to relieve that lets her walk around, run around. She looks like a normal dog. She's a active, healthy, athletic dog, and keeping her like that has been really important for us. Really, the purpose of this is to give the update that we are, blasting forward. I spoke to the medical center yesterday, and we are on the schedule to start treatment for this one next Monday morning, 8:30 or 8:15, I think even. I roll in down at OSU in Columbus, Ohio, and we get our first round of radiation under our belt, and it's going to be a slog because it's 20. They're what's called fractionated rounds, so they're very small doses of radiation at a time that add up to a good treatment overall over 20 days, which is actually over 30 days, but it's 20 treatments because they don't give treatment on the weekend. So we got a long time of living down in Columbus and walking in and out of the medical center and being real familiar with them to get this one through treatment. And with that, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. They have very high hopes that we're going to get good growth control of the tumor and equally as important, not really have much damage of the surrounding tissue. That's kind of the point of the fractionated radiation therapy, is that it's such a small dose at a time that her spine is such a kind of a delicate part of her body that they just want to just kind of edge it toward killing the tumor cell and nothing else. So with that, we have had the GoFundMe up since Saturday. I know that it says it's been up for days, but that was just so that we could kind of get it tuned up and ready for prime time. I really appreciate the huge turnout that it's had so far. We have a long way to go, but from this point out, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's participated so far. I'm going to run down the list real quick. I know you can see it just by looking, but first one in the door, my Aunt Patrice Pasquale, not only came in with the first donation, which I really appreciated meaningfully, getting this thing moving, but was also instrumental in helping me kind of tune the story up. Roadie's got a super compelling story as it is, but it also needs to be a good read, and I think that she really helped us get to the point where it is. My mom, Maureen, was the other person who helped to kind of refine what is there and helped me to kind of edit it down into something that made sense. This is such a big story with Roadie. I could tell it. I could write a whole book about it that gets us to this. Actually, that just has to do with the bike tour is a book in and of itself, probably. So telling it in a concise way is not easy, but I think we got there. So thanks to Patrice for that. Second donation in the door was my dad, John Worley. Appreciate it. Third donation was anonymous. If you chose to stay anonymous, I'm not going to blow you up on video, but just know that you know who you are. And I really appreciate your participation. Every bit counts, and we got a lot of ground to cover. Justin Wentworth, OG homie from back in the day, thank you very much. Connie Ahalt jumped in with us. Jack Zapata, Jacqueline, thank you. You were there from the very beginning. We found this dog. Jackie was on the tour with us. Listened to me whine about towing a 50-pound trailer for the whole way into New Orleans, and then is still around today throwing support at us. Thank you. Wendy Gaskell, Liz Larkin, ATL crew represented. Another anonymous donation. And then my cousin Amy jumped in. Amy, thanks for the support. Sandy Nita, Leslie Zhang, call out from Chicago, one of the old school LA crew. now commiserating with us rolling out of a nasty winter here in the Midwest. We're almost through it. Stephen Godowskis, thank you for coming in. Wendy Burke, my aunt, I love you, came in for 2 donations for some reason. I guess you got in and then still felt guilty. Please don't feel guilty. I appreciate you coming in with us, though, big time. My Aunt Karen got in from down in Alabama. It's an Alabama dog, so that makes sense. Thank you, Karen. Ann Wilson, Melissa Mayfield, Gray Harrison, OG Green Rider. Thanks for seeing us and deciding to help out, Gray. I appreciate it a lot. Wendy for donation number 2. Ryan Burke for an absolutely preposterously generous donation. Ryan, I don't know what you were thinking, but you have made a meaningful impact on what we need, and I appreciate it deeply. Thank you. Another anonymous donation followed by William Farrell or Farrell, I'm not sure. And then anonymous, you know who you are. Carol Crawford, another anonymous donation, and Elizabeth Downs. Thank you so much. Elizabeth Fiella. Anonymous Sam White, OG Glastonbury homie, back in the day. People coming out of the woodwork to show this dog a little bit of love, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Carissa Sofel, I'm sure I got that wrong, but Carissa, thanks for coming in with us. Jenna Christie, another anonymous donation. Sheila Conley coming in strong. Sheila, thank you. I know you're a big sucker for dogs, and I appreciate you being a sucker for this one. Brian Garcia, keeping the West Coast alive and calling it out. You're a hero. Thank you. Catherine, this name I'm going to mess up, but it is extremely dramatic. Catherine Volstecki. I'm not sure. That is a name. That's a handle. Get that thing under control. Catherine, thank you so much for participating with us. Jody Ross, throwing in. Jean Flemma, Megan Conley coming in, even though this dog barks at her dog Lurch every time we see them, and it is unfair considering how cool Lurch is. But thank you for being willing to throw us some cash. Deb Ferris, huge appreciation for the support. Taryn Rasucci, another sucker for dogs. Thank you for coming in and helping us out with Roadie's Fund here. And latest donation goes to Bryce Seidler. Came in with some support, and I really appreciate that. We're going to keep this thing rolling because we got a long way to go, and the goal that I've set, shockingly, only gets us through like the next 30 days. So we got a long way to go, but we have made huge progress just in 4 days that this thing's been live. Everybody who has participated, thank you so much. Roadie appreciates it. She doesn't know it yet. Maybe she's dreaming about it. And everybody who is sharing, even more importantly, thank you for that, because we need this thing to kind of get shared and get retold as far and wide as we can spread it to try to get as much attention as we can get for this pup, because she does deserve it. She's too young for this kind of thing to happen to her. If we were talking about, you know, an older dog and we'd already had our adventures under our belt, we might be thinking about palliative care, but we're too young for this. I know it's a big need that we have, and the treatment that we're looking at is ultra expensive, but of any dog that deserves it, this one does. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming in with us, throwing in, and helping us make this happen. We're going to keep at it, and then we're just looking toward the beginning of next week where Roadie and I are going to find a room and start living down in Columbus so that we can show up at the medical center in the morning and start zapping her, start giving her little treatments, and see if we make some headway to get her stabilized enough to come off of the steroids and still be in this good a shape. And then maybe we'll start talking about some adventures for spring and summer, because after what she's about to go through, she's going to deserve one. So thank you, and we'll put up some more updates as we have them to update with. Thanks a lot.